sat on my floor today because if I sit on the bed, I will fall asleep because I went to bed very late or very early, depending on what direction you come at it from. And then I woke up early, so I'm very sleepy, and if I stay sat too long, I will just fall asleep right here on the floor, so I'm going to make this a bit quick. Last time we spoke, I talked about how there was something very beautiful in the wholesome ridiculousness of the Voyager sent out in 1977. And I come to you today with more wholesome ridiculousness. Maybe I'll make a series out of it. Let me know if you'd want to see that. Because I went to a concert 2 nights ago, Post Animal. Good band, check them out. I had never heard of them until my friend was like, hey, I'm going to this concert. Do you want to come? And I was like, sure. I like concerts. The ticket is $20. Not often you get a deal like that. And the venue is 10 minutes from my house. So I went to this concert. Didn't know what to expect. The first 2 acts, the 2 openers, were very, very mellow, very calm. I was just sitting there like, all right, that's low-key. Then Post Animal came out. I felt this different energy, and I was like, something's happening. And then people started to move with a lot more vigor. And I was like, I know what's happening. So I grabbed my 2 friends and just kind of pull us back. Because what it was a mosh pit, which I've never experienced before. Generally, the concerts I've been to are very low-key, very calm. So this was a very new experience for me, and I knew neither of my friends were expecting it because we were all talking before the show about like how mellow and low-key this is going to be. So we kind of booked it. We ended up right on the fringes of it, which became this very beautiful thing where I was able to observe it without participating in it. And what I saw was beautiful in the most insane way I never thought to imagine. Because a whole bunch of people that didn't know each other collectively and wordlessly agreed that all laws of society do not apply here. Everyone agreed that just for tonight, just for an hour, we are all going to just hurl our bodies around. We're going to get bruised, we're going to get battered, and we're not going to be angry at anyone. We're just going to physically embody energy and go for it. And I had never seen this before. I had heard about mosh pits. I always kind of thought they were an aggressive thing, but people were just having the times of their lives, hurling their bodies as hard as they could at everyone else who was also hurling their bodies as hard as they could. And it was this beautiful chaos that erupted, and there was an order that formed of it, because as the song was like building to the point of the mosh, people would spread out in this circle, and then as the, not the beat dropped, but as that moment came, they just crashed together like waves. And it was the most spectacular thing I've ever seen. I never witnessed such consensual chaos. Everyone just agreeing that we exist outside the rules right now, just for now. In any other context, this is totally unacceptable. You can't just go down the street hurling yourself, but there was this contract that everyone in the mosh pit signed just by virtue of being there, which is, we're going to do this and we're going to have a good time. And at one point, I guess things got rough because the band was like, hey, make sure everyone's having a good time. You don't want people getting hurt in there. And then I was talking to my friend last night who said that when she goes to those concerts, she stands kind of on the edges and acts as a buffer. Like, that's a thing people do. They anchor is what it's called, where they stand there between the mosh pit and the rest of the crowd, and they get to kind of mosh but also protect people behind them. And that's so cool that people have just come together and agreed that we're all gonna slam ourselves together, but if you don't want to, that's alright. And it's such a ridiculous thing for me to have sat there, music pounding through my sternum, and I'm just sitting there in the corner like, wow. Yeah, I'm that person at a concert. I stand in the back and I philosophize because I'm pretentious like that. So those are my thoughts this early morning. I do like considering the more positive aspects of humanity because you gotta take what you can. Am I right? So the camera has been flashing low battery at me this entire time. So I'm gonna end it there. Look at the madness around you and try to find something magic in it. Next time I see something wholesome about humanity, I'll make another video about it. And until then, this episode has been brought to you by my emotional support mosh pit.